What's good, YouTube? Back here with another episode of Maybe It Gets Better podcast. I'm your boy Simma. We have your boy
Deluxe,
Ronto,
Black Star.
And where should we start? There's a lot going on. So you want to take?
Yeah. Okay, first, before we get into all the mix up, what's one thing you're mad at right now?
Mad at? That's a good question.
Anything. What's one thing you're mad about right now in your life? Could be anything.
I don't know. It's a very good question. Like,
Everybody's mad about
The thing is, I don't get mad. I get probably annoyed.
Same thing.
Right?
That, along those lines.
Along those lines.
What's one thing that's like in your life right now? Like, what's one thing that's frustrating?
All right, I'm gonna take this.
We already know your answer.
What's my
Let's be alone. I don't want to go there with you. What's one thing you're frustrated about?
I was about to say, like, since like I do a 9 to 5.
Oh, sorry.
No. I know you're going with that,
My bad.
No, so it's so funny that, like, you know, you're younger, you think being an adult is really fun. It's kind of like they sell you a dream.
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking about it, like looking at it as a kid, it's like, yo, I miss being a kid, you know what I mean? Like, life's so serious and so I'm kind of mad at the fact that I took certain moments in my life for granted.
Like your childhood for granted.
Yeah, or just like those little moments that we just like didn't appreciate. Like, I don't know, even school until probably with your friends. Like, now it's like you're older, you don't really get the chance to like do that. It's more of a luxury than before. You know what I mean? So kind of missed that. Kind of mad that I didn't really take that time to appreciate it. Yeah.
You know what I'm mad at? I'm mad at how some people can take your kindness. Yo, some guys can really just control your whole kindness and not appreciate what you just done for them.
Yo, that's so funny.
They want to come back again and again
and ask you for more.
Yo, that's a
good
one.
Yo,
that's a good one. Actually, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Okay. Now, like, thinking about it.
I didn't get it.
Definitely shouldn't have like shown myself as being so kind.
Yeah, look, he blessed it.
You said, yo, you want to know what really grinds my gears?
Oh shit.
Honestly, like, those are two big ones.
Yeah.
Those are big ones. I don't know, like, I'm trying to be original, but I feel like those two actually are like some things like that I think about too. Is like in life and anything, you don't gotta be nice. Like, it's good that you are nice and you grew up nice, but you don't have to be like that. And then if you want a reason or an example, go walk outside. Like, you'll see how man's interact with you or how they ignore you. And then obviously when you want to do good, it's because you came from something similar to that, right? But that's actually a big one too, with like kind of life passing you by. Like, we're all in our mid-20s, early 20s, whatever, but you kind of see that like shift of like how we're turning into adults a little bit. You gotta start booking meetings with your friends and other stuff. Like, you don't really do that when you're younger because you just like you got all the time in the world.
You gotta book months in advance sometimes.
Book months, and then sometimes when the months ahead, you might have to cancel something because something came up, right?
Life be life.
Yo, life be life, and honestly, like, I think the beautiful part, and I think that it is something to get mad at too, is like, where's the time? I get mad at time, I think. I get mad at time because, again, you got 24 hours. We sleep about 8 hours. Sometimes not really, but you know, I say I get 8 hours, and then you gotta eat, then you gotta work for another 8 hours. It's like, where do you get that time for yourself? And it's like, especially when you're young too, you got to take advantage of it, right?
Imagine if we had kids.
Especially, and then if you got kids on top of that, it's like, whoa, like
well, you have no time for nothing. Like,
it's
you
a
have to
blessing,
just-
but it really takes away.
You have to stay grinding, like
Yeah.
just keep your head in like survival mode at all times.
Yeah.
I call it staying in autopilot, and I had a conversation about this because I feel like, you know, when you're working and in your focus, you're kind of put on autopilot where like you'll really see the true side of someone when you take them off of autopilot. Like say for example, I'm doing all my work and a man just comes and like spills a coffee on me. In those like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm off autopilot and then I gotta react, right?
Mhm.
But there's this thing called your urgent response, or like how do you deal with things.
Mhm.
So when you take the urgent out of the response, it's like how are you gonna respond to it now? You have
Oh,
a choice now
Yeah.
to either get mad at it, which is arguably fine because a coffee spilled on you.
Yeah.
You gotta clean yourself up, or you could just look at it and be like, you know, like
And
damn,
need a
like,
break anyways.
it, you know, it's everything's good. I needed a new shirt anyway. Like
yeah.
you know, like you. It depends on how you have that mindset.
Perspective.
To it. Perspective,
I feel like it's
exactly.
your character too.
And
Your
your
character
character.
shows a lot more when you're in these uncomfortable situations. Sometimes comfortable, but most of the time uncomfortable situations. So yeah.
I agree with that. Damn. Okay. What am I mad at?
What's this? Your turn.
Shit.
You had a lot of time in
I know. That's why I'm like, okay. What am I mad at right now? I would say I'm mad at the fact that I feel like I don't have a like I have a plan, I have
Mhm.
goals. I know the direction I want to go in, but like I don't have a set path to go in the route I want to go.
You trying to say a blueprint?
Yeah, like not even so much as a blueprint because
More like the answer.
yeah, like what's it like? Okay, I know I need this, that, and the third done, but okay, how am I gonna get that done? What am I supposed to do to get these things done so I can move ahead?
That's the first step.
Yeah, but like that's so frustrating.
I feel like you already have it because you kind of have an idea, but then the answer is to really try.
Yeah.
I think that's the answer, is just to try something, because like it doesn't have to be perfect, right? You thinking about it and be like, you know what, like I have something in mind, right?
Mm,
But am I just trying it because we all have this idea of like professionalism and whatever it is, right? Like I have to be good at something that I never tried before.
yeah.
And I think that even like maybe it gets better is like a true testament to that, because it's like not everything is going to be perfect off the rip, but we're also learning, we're growing with it, and we're actually keep consistent with the process. So really and truly, you just got to keep trying,
Yeah.
or give yourself the opportunity to try. That's a big one.
See, that's the thing.
But
It's
then
like,
you also have to be able to like be okay with failing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I see.
That's a big one.
That's what's frustrating. You have to get through all of these different little steps.
Hurdles.
Yeah, within yourself before you can even like produce a product or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how do I work around all of this shit and be productive without procrastinating too much and actually get this shit done. You know?
If I'm being honest with you, I feel like the best answer to give you, or just anybody that's listening, is just, you know, having a schedule and having somebody to like kind of push you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're sleeping, like wake you up, make sure you're on your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's like that definitely helps. Like, you know, and it's not even just like with starting a business or whatever. Like maybe it's the gym, maybe it's, you know, trying to start a new hobby. Like, it's good to have people with you that are on the same path as you, and helps you just keep you grounded. Like, I was talking to my friend about this, and we used to go to the gym often. He's like, he always used to tell me like, iron sharpens iron. So, yeah, that's just some words of wisdom for y'all watching this, bro. But I
Facts.
definitely need to keep that in mind, though.
Also, try to just find the joy along with the climb.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the climb right now because you know I'm learning a lot of new things about myself, about everyone else around me, you know, and it's fun.
You ever think about like when you're younger and you're struggling and like you don't really appreciate it, but like you get older and used to it, like you're at the point where like like I got past that, you start
Yeah.
laughing at it, like it's kind of like
Yeah,
you're happy about it.
yeah, it's like so like now when stuff happens, like I don't even panic no more. I'm just like, okay, here's something else to deal with. Fuck.
It's like if it's not one thing, it's the
Yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of over the panicking now. Like, I'm like, alright, I just need a second. Just ah, you know.
You gotta laugh
Keep
it off too.
yeah, and just keep it pushing. But like,
Keep it
yeah, back
pushing.
in the day, I used to be like, my whole day would be fucked up, like over some simple shit, you know.
But that's growth though. Like, you
Yeah.
kind of mature. You get used to like the bullshit life has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, I find myself feeling easier to say like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's something that just helps me keep.
And
going.
yeah, it's much easier to speak my mind now about certain, like, I don't let certain shit slide no more, you know? So, like, when things happen, I try to, like, nip it in the bud, like, ASAP. Like, I'm not even trying to.
No Diddy.
No dating, yeah. But, yeah, that's what's frustrating me right now, you know? That's some good answers, though.
Mhm.
Okay, so move on. Alright. So today, yeah, we gotta talk about this beef that's going on with these motherfuckers, man.
Hip hop is back
The-
in season.
The hip hop beef is crazy. So first, where did it start off at? It all started off with, we all know, Future album.
Yeah.
We Don't Trust You, which the title alone was crazy. I was like, who's he talking about? And then once you find out it's Drake that he talking about, and then to find out it's damn near 20v1 Civil War. What? Like, it's, yo, this is getting too much. Like,
It's so funny because it feels like the whole album is about Drake. 'Cause,
Yo,
like,
I
we
felt like it
don't
was.
trust you. Like, it's obviously, you know, Metro Boomin. If you don't trust Metro, I'll shoot you.
yeah.
But it's like, we don't trust you. And then the
But-
first song.
But that's what I thought they were playing. You're right, because that's what I thought they were playing on at first. What's he say? If your Metro,
No one trusts you.
you
I'm gonna shoot you.
right?
Yeah. Like, you think it's that, but then you hear the first song and it's like, he's clearly talking about Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm kind of sad about it because it's like, if you go back in time, they have a lot of
What
good
a Time
songs.
to Be Alive was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was a really good album. Like, I had a
And,
lot
and
of-
Drake gave Future his #1 with was it Life's Good?
No, it was Wait For You.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Wait For You.
yeah,
Yeah. Wait For You and
That just happened.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like what, 2022.
Yeah, like, what
it
the
wasn't
hell?
wasn't too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that just
Wait,
happened.
but let's sit down there and just take it in. 2022 was 2 years ago, and that felt like it was like a year.
Yeah.
The time we done move like that, but
Time's flying.
yeah, but yeah, that was.
It definitely was a time to be alive.
Honestly,
Yo,
he had some bangers, man.
like throughout the whole time working together. they
So
always,
I have a question for you. What would you say is a better duo, Drake and Future or Drake and Rick Ross?
Drake and Future.
Yeah, Future.
Because
Oh,
no,
nah,
I
Aston-
don't know.
Aston Martin music is
Stay
crazy.
scheming,
You see,
Gold
that's why I had to.
What?
That's why I had to ask that question because you think it's easy, but it's like, yo,
Nah.
Jake and Rick Ross been making
Yeah,
music
they
since
really-
like 2011, and
Yeah, they
Yeah.
made
got some
hits.
bangers in the top.
What bangers?
Stay
Yeah,
scheming.
do I not
Do
listen-
I just not listen to Rick Ross like that?
Yes.
No man, like
Yeah,
even like
yeah.
Lemon Pepper
Um,
Freestyle was hard.
What's that one?
Yeah.
What's that one with them and French and Wayne and all them?
Oh, pop that,
Pop that. Yo,
Pop that.
I wish I
Yo,
was in
that
the club
song.
around
Oh
that,
my
bro. I wish I
God.
was in the club around the time that song came out, bro. What,
That song.
Yo, fuck the place up.
bro? You just hear
And
that,
then
you just
what-
wanna
now,
start
what's
throwing
that other-
bags and stuff.
That's
I don't know, yeah, Drake and Rick Ross do got hits.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying,
It's like
yeah.
hard
Yeah.
to pick. Like Drake and Future, they go crazy, but like Drake and Ross have some like timeless tracks. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
I'm actually cheesed that they're beefing because they could have done a collab album like
Well, Drake and
Yeah.
Ross.
Jake and Rick Ross, and I
ooh.
think all songs would have went like gold or platinum.
Yeah,
You
cause
see, the
it was in
issue
that
is-
smooth rich nigga talk like.
I feel like I rather that than a Drake and like Rick Ross. I mean, no, not Drake. Sorry, Rick Ross and Meek album.
Yeah.
Because it would never happen because Rick Ross and Meek just dropped the album, so it'd be like maybe 2-3 years. Oh, fam, apparently they were supposed to drop an album back in like 2012. Drake and Rick Ross.
Really?
Mm.
I never
Yeah,
heard
it was
about
supposed to. It's supposed to be called YOLO.
Mm.
Yeah, I actually heard
Cash
about it.
Money?
Yeah, no, it's You Only Live Once. That's what the name
Oh.
of that. It was.
But it was
literally-
with Cash Money though. At
Yeah,
the time.
Yeah. It was like 2012, 2013,
Yeah, yeah,
around when
early,
Jake was
yeah.
saying YOLO a lot. But it was supposed to be around that time. I actually heard it recently. I didn't even know that. But they had a lot. Like they literally were in Miami around the same time, recording a lot of tracks. But I guess they just fell through it, and that's why I feel like a lot of people are beefing with Drake because Drake's. I feel like Drake. I don't know Drake. Drake, don't come at me. Pause. But I feel like he's the type of nigga to like say, yo, let's go in the studios, like, you know, cook up a bunch of tracks and never release them. And it's a lot of people like that. That's kind of annoying. Like, you know, like a Drake feature will increase your career.
Yeah, but that's what it boils down to. Is like, you're the only one benefiting from this, not me. So why would I drop this track if I'm not gonna get anything out of it?
I beg to differ, mainly because you have to understand. Yeah, Drake's a hit maker. He can make bangers by himself, but it's like when he releases music with different artists, he's tapping into a different market. Why do you think Drake's been hot for 10 plus years?
Yeah, no, I get that, but at this point, he doesn't need nobody.
He does it, and that's why they're beefing with him because.
Yeah, he's strong.
The man's like Drake knows, bro. The man's dad knows. Plus with Drake, bro, like he's Drake knows, bro.
Drake knows some guy.
So yeah, bro, like I just feel like he doesn't really need to, but I do miss those moments when those guys release tracks
work together. Yeah, because it's like two heads are better than one always. You know what I mean? So like you have two masterminds in the music game that come together and create something powerful. Yeah, it's a show.
My question is, I wonder what 21 Savage is thinking.
Because he hasn't come out and said none about nothing.
And I think that's good though, because it's like he doesn't need to unless it's on a track, and I feel like maybe that's what's saving it.
I feel like if no one says nothing to him, he won't say nothing about it.
But I feel like no one's gonna really say, because it's like, why are you sending a shot at me? Like, and 21 is cool with all these guys.
Yeah, he
so
has really
like,
nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Yo, and you know what I want to know? Where does Travis fit in the mix? Because he was on the album, the Future album with Metro.
Yeah.
And then apparently at a performance, he was telling everybody.
There's a rumor that Drake hit Kylie.
I think I was gonna think something like that. Yeah.
I was thinking that, but I'm like, I don't have any evidence to back that claim up, so I'm not gonna say that. But it's obviously
Stop.
Unless it's off BS.
Stop. Calabasas, California. Drake lives up. That's up. Kardashians live right. That's up.
Yeah.
So that could happen anytime.
All right, I have a next question.
That could happen anytime.
Do you think he slapped Kim? Kiki, do you love me?
No, that was about
Keisha Shante.
Yeah, that was
honestly, that's
but the fact that there's such a high possibility, I can't take it off the board. You know what I mean? Like same thing. They're right there, and they commingle through everything. So that could happen. That could happen anytime. And Drake's such a petty nigga that I feel like he would shoot his shot. And because Kim and Kanye were going through all that little riffraff, she might have gave in. I'm sorry, once a hole, always a hole in my book, you know? So
you saying you can't turn a hole into a house?
You can't. Can't. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So how did like Kendrick and J. Cole get in the mix? Cause I know Kendrick was on the album with Future and Metro Boomin.
I kind of want to say,
cause he, like, I want to say Kendrick is the one that threw the shots first. Like,
no,
you could argue the other way. Yeah.
You know what I'm about to say, right? So you know how Drake released For the Dogs, and then J. Cole was on the song First Person Shooter.
Yeah.
And I think in the verse, in my opinion, yo, J. Cole like basically bodied Drake on that song. But he said, Big Three. The Big Three is me and Drake with the Spider-Man meme. So 3, people usually say it's Kendrick, Drake, Kendrick. But J. Cole saying it's only us two. So he's excusing Kendrick and basically saying like, you're not up to par. You know what I'm saying? So that's why everybody's like, yo.
Okay. So that was Kendrick's response to that.
That was kind of what started everything, but people are looking at like that it was the start. But I don't, in my opinion, I don't think
it was really from all the dogs.
And even really went before that, but this is kind of like the little like big I would say like a little ember to like the fire, which was like that. Like that was like the fire, and then now everybody's dissing and sending shots.
No, it's just blazing right now.
Yeah.
Jesus. So then, so what made J. Cole turn around? So I know J. Cole came out with a diss, and then the man goes and apologizes. And how you guys feel about that? Cause he didn't he delete
Yeah, he deleted it. He deleted it. Well, apparently,
It was like number 6 on the charts. Like, it was up there.
I understand why he did it.
Do you think he was being a bigger man?
You know what it is? It's like when you do something out of like anger and ignorance, right? Like, oh, you know somebody that you really genuinely like did something, but you don't really understand it, so you talk out your mouth and say a bunch of things you don't mean. I think that was really what it was. He just said a bunch of stuff he didn't mean, and it just didn't resonate with him because it's like, yo, you're my dog. Like, I'm not even saying a lot of stuff that I don't.
In one of J. Cole's other tracks, he does say that he would never diss another rapper just for clout and all that type of stuff.
But I don't think it was for
like
clout. Yeah, I think that's basically. I can agree. Like, it's probably because of that.
Like, he doesn't like if. I feel like if J. Cole does want clout, he doesn't want it to get it in that way. So he's probably took a step back.
I think he's too established in his career. He doesn't need clout.
No, I know he doesn't need clout, but if that is, he seems like the type of person, if he was looking for clout, or not, let's not use clout. Let's use like
Fame?
Spotlight, right? If he's looking for a spotlight moment, I don't think that was his spotlight moment, but he kind of looked at it and was like, I don't want to get it this way, you know?
Like the tension that
yeah.
But I also feel like he was also with Drake for a while, right? So like obviously they talked.
They were
right?
on tour together.
They're on tour. They obviously were spending a lot of time together. So like, it's gonna look weird after you do a song with Drake about calling first person shooter and then pump faking. I think that's the biggest thing. Is like pump faking, especially in like rap or like in general. It's like you don't want to do that. Cause then here J. Cole's been saying like, yo, I'm waiting for a man to try me. I'm just like quote unquote lyricist. Like I listened to a couple of J. Cole songs. I personally like it, but now I'm looking at it kind of like I don't think I could bump it the same because it's like I don't think the attention's there. Like here you are, we're like, oh, for years he was saying it. It wasn't like, yo, just yesterday, but it also shows like the kind of growth that man is as a person though. Instead of a rapper, you take that away. As a person, I see where you're coming from because it's like him and Kendrick didn't really have bad beef. They were kind of like pitted against each other due to like competition, like number 2, number 3, who number 1, like whatever.
It wasn't really a problem with them. It's like society kind of put it.
Yeah, it was kind of like, oh, like say for example, we had a next podcast and mans are making comparison, and they're like, we're like, nah, there's nothing really that we see, but then they might have taken it the wrong way, or maybe we took it the wrong way, and then that kind of could start spewing like every other episode mans are talking about this and that. It's like I could see where it comes from because we didn't have an issue with them, but comparison is what causes that because it'd be like, yo, you're actually like that, and I'm like, I'm not your twin, like, like we're two different people, but then the people are gonna say that, right?
It's so funny because I remember hearing like I think from I don't know I say 2020 to like now, J. Cole was releasing like fire tracks, features, like he was going crazy. I just think like he is up to par with like Drake, Kendrick.
Yeah,
I just think
and
like,
he's makes his own beats and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I was like, oh, this makes so much more sense. Like
I honestly like I get it, but I don't because it's like now I feel like people are not gonna look at him the same. Like,
nah. It's facts. Cause like if you stepped into the fire, like don't go running because your foot's hot. No, you know what I mean? Like bro, you already stepped in it. Like
and it's a weak move, fam. Like imagine you get someone and you're like, yo, never mind. Yo.
Yeah, like
and before they even respond, some mans are looking into like the
swinging at a man.
man.
That's like swinging at a man, and the man gets up and he's ready to fight.
And then like, yo, never mind.
Chill out.
You know what I think it is? If he wasn't so close to like Kendrick, I think the outcome would have been different. I think it's just the relationship. Like if you think about it, like I feel like Kendrick was a complete like if Kendrick was like a completely different person, he wouldn't have took it back.
Nah, but Kendrick is like one of those like introverted people. He doesn't mingle with nobody.
No, but they were supposed to drop like an album together a while ago. Like
so long ago. Though,
yeah, but like you know, like just still like they still like you know mess with each other. So like I feel like they actually have.
But
like,
you gotta also realize like throughout the years they've always been like jamming at each other, like always. Like that okay, Kendrick from the jump said fuck all these niggas on that controlled track he did.
You ever heard of Rob?
How to Rock?
Yeah.
By 50?
50? Yeah.
That was basically what it was.
Yeah.
He was trying to mimic it, but the thing was, I think man looked at Kendrick and be like, bro, really? Like, come on, like, you're not 50.
I didn't take it really that serious at the time, but it did like spark some.
It sparked some animosity. Yeah. I feel like it sparked animosity between everybody with that one.
But you know what I didn't like about that? He dissed a bunch of people, they dissed him back, and then you never heard anything from Kendrick after that.
Because also Kendrick is doing the pump faking too. It's like the man threw a rock and it's like, I didn't do that. Like, like, I didn't throw that. Like, but see, that's the thing. It's like
He's been doing it for years, but I think the only time it was really like serious about it was with Big Sean.
But I feel like he's selective. Like, fam, how are you gonna go that hard on Big Sean? Like, like we get it. Like you got him. Like, but like you threw a rock at Drake finally, and now you're talking about like. Actually, you're not even talking about anything. The man didn't say anything after that. Like, if Drake drops the next song, I think it's gonna hit it out the park, and I don't think anyone's gonna want to listen to anything. If he hits the man with a back, he already hit him with a back to back.
I'm sorry.
If he hits him with a triple P, like, oh man.
Drake's diss push-ups? Is that what's called push-ups?
Yeah.
That's just disrespectful. Like, and the wordplay is okay. Drake's a rapper at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's hard to compete. No, like he's a rapper, and he'll sing and take your bitch. So it's like, how do you compete with that at this point?
I think there's a question that like has always been on the table, like the elephant in the room, after like the whole Drake and Meek thing, where people are saying like, you know, does he write his raps? And I feel like with like this beef, it's like everybody's really kind of having it in the back of their head, but not seeing it.
Nah, I think that Drake definitely does write his own music. Like you can hear it. You can hear it when someone's thoughts come across.
There was a reference track that released like there's been a couple of reference tracks that released like.
But okay, let me ask you this though. Those songs that are referenced, which songs are those? Because are those his top charting hits?
Some of them are.
I think
like
what was it, Jumbotron shit popping?
Yeah.
That was a Yachty song originally, and like Yachty was. I heard the reference track. It was literally Yachty rapping the song, and then like word for word, Jay kind of used it. He changed a couple stuff, but it's just like.
But my point is, it seems like he uses the writers and other influences when it's the hits, like the top charting hits, like like if you told me somebody helped him write Controller, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I'm saying? If someone helped him write what's another big Drake song? One Dance. If someone said someone helped him write that, I wouldn't be shocked. Like that's why it's such a massive hit, and that's why when you hear it, it just does something to you.
But
that makes sense.
You see, we're not in the studio when these things are coming on, so it's like, all right, like you get writers for this particular song, but how do you know I'm not getting how do you know you're not getting ready for like the beef tracks or tracks?
Well, with the beef songs, with the beef tracks, I feel like he goes so in depth about certain topics that I don't think no one else could connect the dots like him. Because
honestly, you could get the info and have a man just like, yo, paint the picture for me. Here's all the supplies, right? Here's the vision, right? Paint the picture for me. Right?
Yeah.
You got money, bro. Like you can make anything happen right now.
I got a point for all you guys. So you know how there's a Kendrick diss track that was AI generated, and some guy came out and he said he wrote it. And literally everybody on the internet kind of either thought it was like AI or it was Kendrick. Like it was kind of hard to tell until the person came out. Bro, you can literally be around a person and write a song just like somebody. That's what I'm saying with the whole ghostwriting.
Because once you catch on to how someone does something, you can imitate it. Yeah.
I've seen videos even before like the allegations of people copying like Rick Ross doing the voice.
Yo, everyone's remember at a point everyone was rapping like the Migos.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear nothing without that flow.
But that's the old way. The thing
saying.
About the old days is that's the old days.
Yeah.
That's the wire right
So that's
there,
what I'm saying. Like it's easy to like copy somebody. Like literally, Drake can have a writer that really writes like how he would. Like because I'm not.
And then he just goes in there and tweets it.
Exactly. Like Drake. I feel like Drake in the first stages of his career, he actually did his own music, but like now he's getting bigger. Probably have the.
I think he's still doing his own stuff now, but it's more like
assistance.
Yeah, like I feel like he goes in. Drake don't get Drake. I'm an outsider looking in, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, don't come at me. But I feel like at
No
this
Diddy.
point, no Diddy. So I feel like at this point with Drake, he more like, in my mind, he's like in the studio, he creates something, and then he might have someone else come in and be like, "What you think about this?" and then add their
So get feedback.
yeah, like a feedback, and they add their 2 cents, and then he adds his 2 cents, and they create something great out of that.
Yeah.
Which me personally, I have no problem with that, cause like Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
But there's a difference, and I think you have to look at history and stuff. Like
Yeah, throughout history, all
hip-hop?
these
No.
great artists.
Michael Jackson was a pop artist.
Oh, but either way, to get that type of attention and that type of response from people,
Yeah.
you need a team behind you making these
Do
songs.
you guys really think Drake has all of Michael Jackson's like old music?
Like he owns his
Like his
catalog.
unreleased music? Yeah.
I think
I
so
think
because
so.
he did have like a sample, right? And
Yeah.
that's not hard.
I
That's
think-
hard.
I
like,
think
that's
Drake
to
hard
was
even
the
get.
only person that had like a Michael Jackson feature. Like
Yeah.
the last.
Yeah, like I think
And it was good. It was a
he
good
might
song,
he
yeah.
might have a deal with his
The state.
Michael Jackson's
Yeah.
estate. Yeah.
But they probably love Drake anyways. Like,
Yeah,
Drake's
they're-
probably, like, the
they're-
second
Even if
biggest-
they don't love him, he got money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
the
has
biggest.
the
He's
money.
the number one streaming artist at the moment. So yeah, that probably added a lot of more money to their estate that they
So, like,
probably
he,
needed.
Yeah.
he could definitely just have that all in the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But the thing about
Or even if he doesn't have, sorry to cut
No,
you
no.
off. Even if he doesn't have it in his vault, he has access to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So you can contact some people and say, "What else do you have?"
See,
Something like,
see the things that you can do with money.
yeah.
Yo, and but the thing about like even like rap and you talk about like the whole artistry, you're at a level where like you touched upon it, is like you're at a high level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you could be in the booth all you want, whatever, creating original stuff, but at the same time, I think you've proven yourself already, right? So, and we're in a point. Everyone does it. It's not like, oh, just cause Drake does it. Like Beyonce has done it. No one goes at Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce, there's many songs that Beyonce has reference tracks to, but no one ever targets Beyonce.
Didn't
Because she's
Future?
a singer.
Because he's a
But
singer,
didn't
right?
Future write
Drunken
Drunken Love
Love.
and all
There
that?
you go.
You know what I'm
Biggest
saying?
hit right there.
This is the reason why I said you gotta look at it in a history
Yeah.
aspect of it. Rap music and hip hop, like, and R&B music are two different things.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, rap music has been historically music written by the artist. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, obviously there's been certain categories like Dr. Dre, but he's the producer first, or Kanye, he's a producer first. That's understandable. They're open with who writes their music, who doesn't. But if you're like I don't know, like a MC, like a hardcore MC, like
That's
you
like
write your own stuff.
that's like if we heard Eminem had a ghostwriter all these years.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it hits different, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm like, I even mentioned the whole like ghostwriting thing with Drake, is because for me, once I heard he didn't have like once I heard he had a ghostwriter, he stopped being my favorite artist. Because I remember growing up, a lot of my favorite Drake tracks were songs that were personal. You know, I related to him, but now I look at Drake more as like a machine over as a person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have, because I don't know who wrote those tracks. That could have been like a whole team of artists just writing a bunch of tracks, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard to put Drake as like an MC. Like, who knows if somebody's writing his diss tracks?
Facts, but that's why I could fuck with it, because at the end of the day, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's an artist. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's putting out.
He did say he's a pop star, so I can't
He's
even
putting
really be
out.
mad
He's
at
putting out what the people want and expect of him. You know what I'm saying?
him. Yeah.
And honest to God, like after all these years, it's kind of hard putting out stuff that's gonna still captivate the people and keep the people interested. Cause like even right now, like it's getting to the point where like who's been in the game for a long time now, like that's still current.
Can I say it's funny because the people that have been in the game are all beefing with Jake for like
Yeah, but
5+
yeah,
years,
but it's
bro.
like
5+ years.
after a
bro.
while, like shit gets repetitive. Like that's why it takes so long. Like I know people are complaining about Kendrick taking so long to drop
He's
shit,
just taking his time.
but I appreciate that. So that way he doesn't come back with the same shit he did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I like that they're spacing it out now. And then at the same time, everyone's attention span is moving so fast now that like
I do feel like they're moving the goalposts with him.
They are because. But I appreciate it because he's gonna take his time, digest everything, and make sure he comes up with something new and fresh.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm listening to the same album from 2 years ago. Because it's like, yeah, you drop consistently when you're hot. When you're hot, you just drop it.
Yeah.
But everyone's gonna cool down at some point. So when you're in that cool down period, I need you to like step back from everything. Really come with something that's gonna change the game.
I feel like it depends on the market that you're dealing with. Because I feel like if you're a conscious rapper, you can take your time and drop quality. But if you're like a rapper like Future, like
I'm not even gonna put it on that because like even with Future, like
Future, like bro, he dropped
like
from the beginning of his career to now, he's dropped so much music.
Yeah, but that's the thing about it though. Everything now when I hear the new album, I'm just like I feel like I heard that already. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I heard that sound already because he's dropping so consistently and there's no time span for us to miss it.
You know what it is?
What I'm saying?
Watch, he's not gonna drop for maybe like another year or two, and we're gonna appreciate.
Yeah, but that's why I feel like we appreciated We Don't Like You.
We Don't Trust You.
No, the one before I don't.
I Don't Like You. Or what was it?
Like that.
No.
The album he dropped before this.
Shoot, what was the name? I know which one you're talking about. He's like in a car with like.
Hold on. I'm about to get
blindfold and stuff.
Oh, is it?
It's something like what I Don't Like You or something like that.
It had
I Never Liked You or some shit like that.
Oh, I Never Liked You. I had Wait For You and all that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I Never Liked You.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So when he dropped that was 2022.
That was like his last album.
Yeah.
That was 2022, and the album.
Future?
Yeah. Because it's like a beige theme, kind of that.
Mm-hmm. And the album he dropped before that was 2020, right?
Yeah, so he's been taking.
So
his
like,
time.
exactly. So when he dropped, I Never Liked You, like we were able to appreciate that much more.
Wait, you said he dropped 2020? What was that?
2020. He dropped High Off Life and the tape.
He dropped the
and the tape with
Uzi.
That was 2020. So that was like a time.
I know there was
like that was COVID times. Like you know what I mean. So we even in those moments we appreciated it because there was something new and fresh.
But he was dropping like a lot of like features too.
Yeah. But that's why it gets to the point where you hear somebody so much, it's like
you need time to miss.
Did I like? Am I hearing the same thing, or am I tripping? Did I just hear the same thing, or is it
it gets repetitive.
Yeah, so it's like I appreciate them taking their time to drop the music, but
I like to touch upon the point like you kind of address like longevity too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you've been in the game for a long time, you gotta keep it new. Like I'll use an example, 50 Cent. 50 Cent been in the game for a very long time, but he knew when to take a gentleman's exit.
Yeah.